I titled this The Breaking Point. Listen to this. Before God can make you to become what He wants you to be, He has to first of all break you. So your making process is your breaking process. This is so powerful. Breaking you now means bending you to His will. God bends you into His will because He has to shift you from your will to His will for you to become what He wants you to be. The problem is that oftentimes we want to serve God based on our terms, not based on God's terms. And so, if God will make you to become what He wants you to be, He has to shift you from your decisions. He has to shift you from your will. He has to shift you from your choices to His choices. And the shifting process is the breaking process because God is going to use the instrumentality of good times and hard times, good situations, bad situations, of disappointment, failures, and unfavorable circumstances to break you so that you can become mendable. Yes, this is because in the process of your walk with God, you are definitely going to make mistakes. You are definitely going to be weary. You are definitely going to take things in the wrong light, and there is going to be a need for amendment, and you need to go through the breaking process so that you can become flexible. Yes, so that you can become adjustable. Yes, so that you can go through hard times, so that you can go through the test, so that you can go through thick and thin. Now it's a breaking process. Yeah, and if you don't understand these, you may think that God has left you behind. Sometimes the solution won't come in the problem because you have to be broken in the problem. Sometimes you face the walls and the walls will not move. Sometimes you face the mountains and the mountains will not move because you have to break before the mountains. It might be that the will of God is for you to break before the walls. It might be that the will of God is for you to break before the mountains because some of you are too big to be broken. You are too big for God to bend you. Yeah, that is, you're too big to bend. You are too big for God to push you left and right. So you have to be broken. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that all you can do is to give up on your strength and be broken, so that you can leave your high positions and get humble enough for God to lift you up. So the breaking point is your turning point. If God is trying to break you, stop trying to hold yourself together. Allow Him to break you, because your breaking process is your making process. And until God breaks you, you cannot be made. And until God breaks you, it cannot make you. Take a look at the vessel. Take a look at the vessel. Yes, take a look at the vessel. Take a look at how the potter makes the vessel. Yes, there is a process to it, and sometimes there is adjustment. Yes, sometimes there is need to break it because there is need for restructuring. Are you getting this right now? The problem is not your situation. The problem is that you are not breakable. The problem is not the impossibility that you're facing. The problem is that you are not breakable. God is not trying to break the situation. God is trying to break you in this specific situation. What God is trying to give you in this specific case is not a breakthrough. God is trying to break you in this situation, not to give you a breakthrough. You are the one that needs to be broken because you have this kind of mindset that is giving God issues. You have this kind of attitude that is giving God issues. Your thinking, your character, they have to be adjusted. So let God break you. The breaking point is the turning point. The breaking point is the making point. God is close to a contrite heart and a broken spirit. God is close to a broken-hearted person because is ready, is open, is open to receive, is open to listen, is open for instructions, is open for God to do in Him and through Him whatever He pleases. Allow God to break you. That is all you need. If God can break you, then your situations will change. It is about you. It is about you. It is not about what you're going through. Because everything you're going through is a reflection of who you are on the inside. So God affects your outside by breaking you on the inside. God touches your outside by touching you on the inside. God changes your outside by changing you on the inside. Allow God to break you. It is very important that God breaks you. Until God breaks you, He cannot make you. What God was trying to do to Abraham when He asked him to leave his father's house and go to a place that He was going to show to him without giving him a direction was breaking. God wanted to break Abraham from Abraham. So Abraham, God wanted to break Abraham from being a father to father of many nations. Of course, God was going to take Abraham to a place that He was going to show him. Yes, but the journey was beyond taking Abraham to a place. The journey was about the making of Abraham. And so every step was a breaking process. Every step was a challenge to the mind and to the faith of Abraham. So God was breaking him gradually. God was breaking him in the process. God was breaking him, God kept breaking him till he became a friend of God. God kept breaking him till he became so strong in faith. God kept breaking him till the womb of Sarah that was dead received life and conceived the seed of the covenant. Are you listening to this right now? What God was doing to the children of Israel in the wilderness after taking them out of Egypt was breaking them. And those that refused to be broken died in the wilderness, because anytime you refuse, you are going to die in the situation. Yeah. The breakthrough you are looking for in this situation might be God breaking you, but you don't understand, you don't know it. Yes, God might have allowed the situation to take place so that He can break you inside the situation. And until you are broken in the situation, you will not be taken out of the situation. You will not break through the situation. Sometimes the way to break through the situation is to be broken, is to allow God to break you, is to allow God to break your mindset, is to allow God to break your attitude. Are you listening to this right now? And if you refuse, you are not going to see the harder side. You're not going to see the testimony. You're not going to see the promise that God has given you. So you need to allow God to break you in this in that situation. Yeah. God is speaking to somebody right now that He is trying to break you. Yes, that is what God is saying to you right now. He's trying to break you in the situation because your faith is not strong enough. So you need to be broken. Your mindset is corrupted. So it has to be broken. broken. You have an attitude that is coursing through your veins, that you've inherited from the past, from your forefathers, and it is stepping in the way. It is interrupting your progress. It is making you to do things that you are not supposed to do, and God has to break you from that attitude. Yes, just as He was trying to break the children of Israel from doubt in the wilderness, He was trying to break the children of Israel from complaining in the wilderness. You've got to allow God to break you in that situation. This breaking point is the turning point. It is okay to cry. Yes, God wants you to come to the extent where you break down and cry and realize the fact that you cannot help yourself. Oh my goodness. God wants you to come to terms with the fact that you have to surrender. You have to let go, because you're trying to be strong when you're not strong. You're trying to do it when you cannot do it. So God wants you to be broken. You are interrupting God by your carnal strength. You are interrupting God by your logic. You have to be broken. It is the breaking point. It is the turning point. What you are going through right now is not your dead hand. It is not going to be where you fail. This, by divine predestination, might be the place where God has decided to break you. These might be your breaking point. Yes, yes, yes. It might be the place where God breaks you out of that mindset, breaks you out of unbelief, breaks you out of fear, breaks you out of things that you should not be connected with. And so, just go on and surrender and let God break you. If you have to lose this opportunity, then go on and lose it. If it is the will of God for you to lose this relationship, then let it go. If it is the will of God for that thing, that stuff, that expectation, that career to crumble so that God can make something new out of you, then let it be. Just allow God to break you. Just allow God to break you. If it is the will of God for your heart to be broken, then let it be broken. If it is the will of God for you to shed these tears, then just go on and shed these tears. Let the will of God be done. I know your heart is heavy. Jesus, in the Garden of Gethsemane, was looking at his crucifixion, and then his heart was heavy. And then he prayed earnestly to God. He prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed. He spoke words, but at the end of the day, he said, "Nevertheless, not my will, but thine will be done." If it is the will of God for you to go through this pain, stop trying to fight it, because God is trying to break you into something better through the pain. So let it be. It is your breaking point. It is not your death. It is your breaking point. This sickness is not unto death. This is your breaking point. This disappointment is not the end of your life. This is just your breaking point. Just break